that's great. If you want to be madly in love in a long-term committed relationship, that's fine too. I'm not here to judge. But what I'm here to tell you is my personal philosophies on love, and specifically loving relationships. Because I've dated. I've been, in relationships casually with many people, and that's fun, but it doesn't have that long-term fulfilling element that a relationship with one person has. And I want to talk to you, what are the 3 best parts of my philosophies on why relationships are powerful and why you want to make sure that your relationships are amazing in your romantic side of your life. Number 1, relationships are great because it allows you to develop a timeline. When you're going through your life and you have one person that you love and that loves you back, you're able to look back over the days, months, weeks, or years, and days, months, weeks. I think a month is longer than a week. Anyway, so you're able to look back on your life and say, hey, sweetie, do you remember when we were on the dock watching the fireworks a couple years ago? Yeah, let's do that again. Or, oh my goodness, we should go to Paris together because it kind of reminds me of that cafe we went to downtown New York City. When you develop a timeline with somebody over that expanse, you get to develop lots of positive memories. And when you die, when you finally come to the end of your life and you look back, you have only memories of 2 things, your highs and your lows. And if you have the right person in your life that you are romantically linked with, hopefully they were with you, helping you deal with those tough times as well as making those amazing times worth remembering. The second reason why I find relationships to be of so much value is because you're able to create something with another person that you couldn't create on your own. I want you to think of men as the color blue. They're cool, they're strong. And I want you to think of women as the color yellow. They are bright, and they are energetic, and they are creative. And when they come together, when you bring blue and yellow together, what do you get? You get green. You get a totally different color. That's why 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, it equals 11 in the right relationship. And so you want to see that my second philosophy is you get into a relationship so you can create something with someone that you couldn't create on your own. Maybe it's a project. Maybe it's a child and a family. Maybe it's a charity. I don't know. But I do know that when we pick the right person, we can take that color that we are and mix it with the color that they are and amplify a totally new color. The third reason that I find that you want to get into a relationship is because it adds a tremendous amount of value to your life. They can bring ideas into your life. In fact, let me look at this. Yep. One of the best ideas that I've come up with in relationships is realizing that you can solve your inner issues. You can finally resolve those areas of your life that have been in your blind spots. Carl Jung said that we marry our unconscious mind. Anything that we haven't dealt with in ourselves will appear in our partner. And that's not to haunt us or to upset us. It's so that we can see it in another person and go, wow, that's still not developed in me. I can work through this issue with this person. Relationships, one of the reasons why we should have them is so that we can resolve the unresolved issues from childhood. Now, I know that's deep and I know that's really intense, but it's a very powerful element of why to be in love. So I've broken the techniques into 2 parts, out of fairness to those that are not in relationships romantically and those that already are. So you're going to get a total of 6 techniques when it regards love. So let's talk about the techniques that we can implement to create attraction and find the right mate if we're single. Number 1, make a list. Get out a pen and a tablet and start writing down what are the qualities that you're looking for in a mate. And be specific in 3 categories. You're going to want to look at not necessarily what they look like, because you might be surprised. If you get everything you want in a mate, they may be taller, shorter, they may have different color hair than you're normally attracted to. The goal is to find the right mate and let your body chemistry decide whether you're attracted to them. So make this list, make sure it is what attributes you want from their personality, how you want to be treated by them, and also make a list of what can they expect from you. What do you bring to the table? That part of the list is going to be interesting. I put this list into great detail, and I've continued to evolve it until I got the exact woman that I wanted. Second thing that I want you to do is I want you to work on yourself. Start reading books on personal growth. Start going to seminars. Start spending time in religious places if that's what you are, or meditation, wherever you gotta go to work on your inner self. Because as long as you have chaos in your life and you don't feel attractive on the inside, you're gonna push away quality people. Truly spend time working on developing who you are on the inside. And that's why I'm continuing to put out material like this video series, my blog, and the other programs that we're going to be presenting you over the course of the future. And the third thing that I would tell people that are single to use as a technique to get the right mate is, just like with the friends, go where they go. If you don't want to end up with somebody who's a raging alcoholic, then don't go to a bar to look for a mate. If you want to find somebody who likes to read, go to a bookstore. If you want to find somebody who loves baseball, start going to more baseball games and talking to people. Go where they go, because then they are already doing what you love. You don't have to drag them into your reality because they're already there. So remember these three techniques if you're single. Make a list. That's very, very important. You're going to want to go where they go. And you also, I know I went out of order, so what? And you're also going to work on yourself. Those three elements are very powerful if you want to start attracting the mate of your dreams. So here we are. The final scene of the final video about love. And let's say you've been in a relationship for a while. Maybe a week. Maybe a month. Maybe a year, maybe you are celebrating your 30th or 50th wedding anniversary. What I'm about to tell you is going to be effective. They're the techniques that I've learned make relationships last. You know, people think that love can fade and that people can fall out of love. And there's some truth to that. When you feel that euphoric feeling inside when you're thinking about someone you love, and that fades, that's because the brain is no longer producing a neurotransmitter called dopamine. Dopamine is an anticipation drug. It is a drug in our brain that lets us know that something new is coming, and that is all about novelty. And in relationships that last and are amazing, they follow certain patterns to keep the dopamine continuing to pump through the brain. And I want to share with you 3 techniques that I think will keep that trickle of dopamine, that feeling of euphoria towards the same person in your life. Number 1, play a game. Every time you talk to your partner, when you go to separate, say 3 things, go. And the 3 things are, what do you love about me? And every time you leave, say, hey, 3 things, what do you love about me? And they have to come up with 3 new things. I love your eyes, your hair, your voice. I love how nice you were to the children. I love how you treated my friends today. I love that little note you left me. When you spend time looking for 3 things you love about somebody, every time you go to part or every time you come together, that person will feel absolutely loved by you. It's a simple but very powerful technique. 3 things, what do I love about you? The next thing that you want to do is you want to facilitate your partner's dreams. Have them write out a bucket list. Ask them, where do they want to visit? What are their favorite places that they haven't seen? What do they want to do? What are their ultimate desires in their life? And then help them achieve those desires. We feel very bonded and in love with people that help facilitate our dreams. The next technique that I want to share with you is I want to talk to you about what can you do to get clarity on how your partner feels. Well, the best way that I found is by asking quality questions. Never assume you know what your partner is feeling. Always ask questions like, hey, how does it make you feel when I do XYZ? Or how did you feel when we went to that place and we hung out with that person? What was your feelings in that moment? And the best is to ask them how they're feeling in this moment. Clarity is power. Never assume that you know if they're mad or sad or happy. Always find out from them and check in with them. Check in with them verbally, but also look at their nonverbal language. If they say they're fine, but they're really closed off, well, you need to do something about that. Always be open to checking in with your partner's emotions and adjusting yourself so that you guys can be in harmony together. The last thing is, do new things together. Learn new languages. Novelty is the best way to keep that dopamine coursing through your bloodstream. You want to go to new restaurants, go to new cities, try out learning new languages, try out new sports. You want to constantly add variety to your relationship, even in intimacy. If you keep doing the same positions or keep kissing in the same places, your partner's brain is no longer going to get excited because there's no anticipation. Instead of bringing flowers home to your partner every day, surprise them. Bring them gifts when they least expect it. Bring them little notes. Constantly vary your routine. And keep your intimacy fresh. When you get into an intimate moment with your partner, look at them with new eyes. Find new things about their body that you love. Find out new things about their voice, about how they look at you. Look for those intricacies for your brain to get excited again. You know, love is an amazing experience. It's not something to be tossed aside because it's challenging. You know, no relationship, whether it's friends, family, or lovers, is going to be easy. But it's definitely going to be worth it if you do it the right way. And the right way is keep yourself open and constantly try new things. And look for ways to celebrate your friends, your family, and your lovers. And look for ways to really make things magical. If you create what I call movie moments, moments that they feel like they're taken right out of a cinema, your friends, family, and lovers will love spending time with you and creating a life with you that you have always dreamed possible. I hope this video and this video series was of great value to you. Please go ahead and leave comments. Let me know what you thought of this video, either parts of the health video series, the wealth, the relationships, and the individual components. Share it with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Sean Stephenson. Thanks for letting me be a part of your life. I look forward to spending more time in future projects with you. Thank you so much.